Wanna eat here?
Yeah. Come over here. Who you hiding in here?
Huh?
You hiding somebody in there?
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it! Hey you mooncakes, and welcome back to another episode of 90 Day Hunt for Love. This week is episode 7. This week there's not too much drama. We actually get to see more of the connections. We get to see a couple of dates. At the end of last week's episode, they were going through each other's social medias, and it sparked a conversation between Rob and Jen. They were showing Rob's pictures, and Jen was saying that's not how he truly is. And it causes a whole fight about people trying to get her to admit that her and Rob were messing around. In this week's episode, it starts in the middle of that. Colt is at a 10. He's going off on Rob, saying that Elisa's a good girl. She wasn't a person just put into this place as a decoy. She's here for love. And he's going off on Jennifer, calling her a hoe and everything, saying that she needs to admit that she was fucking around with Rob. And he's like, what are you gonna do next? Who are you gonna fuck next? You're gonna go fuck him, and then go fuck him, and then go fuck that guy? You're a hoe!
Why don't you go through the gonna him? Is that your goal here?
No, I can't laugh yet. I've got to hold it in.
And he 1 to 10 so quickly, and everybody pushes back. Nobody's saying anything. Even the coaches are just sitting there like, damn. Even Tim was like, I've never seen anybody go from a 1 to a 10, like just flip a script so fast. But it's involving Jennifer, so he's sitting back and eating the popcorn. He is happy to see this. Now, while Colty is going off on Jen, being like, you did fuck Rob, you just need to admit it, she's buckling down on her lie. She's like, I've never even kissed the guy. Nope, we spent a whole night together, but I've never even touched him. But eventually Rocky steps in. He's like, chill out, Colty, you're doing too much. But this gives ample room for Jennifer to talk her ish. She's just going off on everybody, saying Colty's jealous, Elisa's jealous. The episode before last, they showed a little preview of her saying like how men just come to her.
I think she's jealous. That's what is happening. I'm not like you, Elise. I don't throw myself to men. They look for me. It's different.
I was waiting for that clip and it never showed up. Not in last week's episode or this week's episode. So I wanted to see more of what happened around that, but it never came up. So I don't even know why they even put it in the preview. But Jennifer goes on to essentially say that she's a single lady. She doesn't owe anybody anything. She could talk to who she wants to, date who she wants to. And Tiffany's like, well, you need to communicate with the people that you're dating, aka Cole. Let him know that you're talking to other people and doing other stuff with other people. And then Jennifer is like, I don't owe anybody anything until I commit to them, and then that's when I owe them loyalty. Then Cole pipes in and is like, don't say a damn thing about loyalty to me. He goes into saying that we've had a conversation, we try to talk about the loyalty, the communication, and she cuts him off. She's like, you're a controlling man. You try to control me. You're manipulative, you're controlling.
Don't talk about loyalty. We had this conversation, but you also admitted you did not.
You are controlling.
I'm not controlling. You're turning this back on.
He's pushing me away with his controlling.
Where the heck did that come from? But thankfully, Cole is starting to open his eyes just a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna change anything, but he's like, you're gaslighting me right now. I've tried to sit here and tell you just to communicate with me, and you're calling me controlling? And she doesn't want to hear it. She's just yelling over him, you're controlling, you're controlling. And then this girl goes on to say, you know what? I just need some space from you because you're controlling and I'm tired of it. And you know what? You're sitting here playing the victim. Yes, you're a victim. You're always playing the victim. And guess what? I don't respect any victims.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's because you are the prime suspect, all right? You are the devil, woman. I don't understand how this girl is sitting in this man's face, lying to him, calling him controlling just because he wants to communicate, calling him a victim, all kinds of stuff, when she knows what she did. She knows what she did. At least you could back off a little bit and just like pipe down, you know? You could at least done that. You already lied, but now you're doubling down? I just don't understand the game. What are you winning out of this? And now what really sucks is because the message that they're saying, because Rob goes on to say, like, we are here to date people, experience this. We've only been here for a week, so I don't understand why people are tripping. The message that they're trying to put out there, like, to date around, that's okay. I understand that part. They should be able to do what the hell they want to do, but they're sitting here lying about it. You don't even have to full on and go and tell everybody that you guys are effing around, but Jennifer definitely needed to have a conversation with Cole, especially if you guys are talking. And I feel like Jennifer is probably probably whispering in his ear when the cameras aren't there that like, you're my only one, you know, gassing Cole up, trying to make him seem like he's, you know, the main guy. So yes, it's okay for them to date around, talk to other people doing what they're doing, but they need to communicate. Maybe not Rob so much because he's the other dude. It's Jennifer. It's mostly Jennifer. And now Cole, he brings up, it's not that you guys are dating. It's fine you guys are dating. You just need to admit that you're effing around with Jen. And it just starts a whole nother fight. But eventually, thankfully, the coaches get into it and they're like, can y'all just stop? We got places to be. And Rob is pissed. He's over it. He's like, I don't want to hear no shit from anybody. I don't need anybody talking shit to me, especially from Colty. He been sending D pics around to everybody and their mama while he's in a relationship. So why the hell would I listen to that dude? Now the coaches go on to say it's okay for you guys to be dating around, but you guys need to learn how to date. You guys are spreading rumors, not communicating, not being honest. The point of coming here is to find a genuine connection, and if you're just around here playing around, you're a waste of space at this point. And Tiffany is passionate about this conversation. She's clapping it up. She's like, yes, exactly. And Tiffany knows what's up. She's like, I know for a fact Rob and Jen, there was no way that they were gonna sleep in the same bed with each other and not even touch each other. Jen's a hoe. Rob's a hoe. You really don't think that they weren't doing anything? Now let's forget about the drama and get into some actual connections. We get some of our first dates with Shantel and Joe, and Nikki and Usman are tagging along. Now I feel like Shantel and Joe, they actually might have a cute little connection going on. Nikki and Usman? No way. But Shantel, she's excited for this date. I've been watching this other show called Ready to Love. That show, they're picking who to date to. They're like dating around and stuff and then deciding at the end who they want to be with. And one thing that they try to put out there is if you're either infatuated with somebody or if you're actually having a genuine connection. And I don't know if Chantel's having a genuine connection just yet, because when she describes Joe, all she talks about is like his physical appearance. She's like, he's tall, he's brown, he got green eyes, he has a cute accent. So she hasn't gotten down to the actual like personality of this guy yet. So we'll see where this goes. Now Shantel and Joe and Usman and Nikki, they go on a date together. So they hop on a bus and they're heading to this beer spa. But on the way there, Nikki is talking about how when she was on her way to the resort, she saw a dog eating in the trash and she was literally bawling her eyes out. And she goes on to say anytime she drives by a dog on the side of the road, she'll stop and rescue it. She's rescued like 100 dogs, 100 cats, lizards, birds, monkeys, giraffes, all kinds of stuff. She'd just be stopping and picking up these animals.
I've picked up 16 dogs, like 5 cats. I've rescued 2 birds, a lizard.
And Usman is like, oh, well, I mean, there's dogs everywhere in Africa, so you're just gonna have to get over that. And Nikki's like, nah, I don't think I can. I don't think I want to. He's like, I think it's cool that she's into animals, but I want a big old nice mansion. I'm not trying to live in a petting zoo. Now they arrive to the beer spa and Shantel and Joe go off and do a beer bath. They're literally getting inside of a bathtub full of beer. And Usman and Nikki go off to do an energy cleansing. Now we're gonna go over Shantel and Joe's date first. They get inside this room. It's this really big bathtub. I want a big bathtub so bad. That's like, if I ever owned a house, that's like one of the things I would want. Big kitchen, big bath.
Big back, big back.
Now Chantel's like, it's kind of gross thinking about sitting in beer. And I also thought the same thing. Sitting in anything other than water sounds wild to me. She looks on the bright side and is like, you know, I get to see Joe topless. Apparently the beer spa makes your skin really smooth. And maybe I'll get to lick the beer off of his body later. So she's looking at the bright side. Now Joe is also taking this date very seriously. He's like, I'm glad we're not just going and sitting down and doing some boring restaurant date. Like, this seems to be very intimate. We're going to be very close. And I'm going to take this time to learn her values, learn her, just to see what she really wants in a relationship. And now they strip down to get into this bathtub. And Shantel? God damn! I knew they were there, but they are there. Respectfully, but I was like, damn, she is okay. She even makes a comment about it later. They're in their bathtub and she's like, dang, it feels like I got flotation devices on my chest right now. And now, of course, they have to give their concoction of a bath a name. They call it the Jotel. You think they took a sip of it? But now they start getting into a more serious conversation. Now Shantel is 33 and he is 25, so there's definitely an age gap. Well, I don't know why I said definitely like that. It's not crazy. But there is an age gap. And she goes on to say that her being 33, the youngest guy she's ever thought about dating is 27. So we asked how she feels about him being 25. And she feels good about it. She feels like he's really mature, he's there, and that they just have such a good connection that she's willing to look past it. And with that, they share a little kiss. And I feel like their connection it's really there.
I make you nervous?
Yeah.
Why do I make you nervous?
Because you're hot.
The kiss is nice. Joe has nice lips. I was feeling like there wasn't any connection here for me. But with Joe, I feel like the attraction is definitely there. I'm optimistic that maybe there can be something here for me.
Now we go over to Nikki and Usman's date, and they're having an energy cleanse. They're in this room, they're getting smoke blown on them. This lady is blowing on a seashell. Somebody's playing the drums. She's over here cleaning their eyes, their heart, their body, all that. And both Nikki and Usman are like, I don't know what the hell is going on. This is kind of weird, especially as a first date. Like, we're being this intimate, but they're open to it. And they seem to like it at the end. But after they get their aura cleanse, they end up going into this pool. And I don't know why Usman did not tell her to bring a bathing suit or something. So she ends up having to get inside of the water with her outfit on. But that ends up showing Usman that she seems to be just like a really chill girl. She's go with the flow, and he likes that about her. But it's messed up because they literally get in the water, and 30 seconds later, literally, he's like, ooh, I'm gonna catch a cold in here. And they end up getting out of the water. So she just went in there for no reason. Now they start having more of a serious conversation. She asks about where he's from and the cultures and the beliefs that they have there. She specifically asks about marriage too. And he's like, where I'm from, you can marry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can marry everybody. But if I find the right person, I would just like to settle down with 1.
You lying? Yeah.
Now, this was one of the funniest interactions I've seen on 90 Day in a hot minute. She goes on to tell him, the reason I'm asking about this is because I'm bisexual. So how do you feel about that? And this man, clueless.
So why I'm asking is because I'm a bisexual.
Wait. Bisexual?
Yeah.
I have tons of questions right now, actually. Don't be offended because, like, I'm so curious. How do you expect me to have with you?
What?
Is it like the anal, the...
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Is it like the anal, the...
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I don't do that.
Oh, I just know.
I was dying when I saw this, but he explains that the reason he didn't really understand is because where he's from, they don't really talk about schmecks like that. Not in the open. Like, you don't discuss that with your family, your friends, none of that. So he never heard this term. Well, inevitably, this all led back to Courtney. He says that's just not the lifestyle that he wants to live. And maybe him and Courtney are just a better fit. And he's hoping that this date does make her jealous. Now we go back to the resort, and Cole is trying to catch up with Jennifer, but she's over it. She's like, listen, you're gonna have to give me some space. Maybe I'll talk to you tomorrow. But all you guys were being hella disrespectful towards me. In fact, you guys were all attacking me. So maybe with some professional help, we could talk about this tomorrow. And she just walks off. And in her interview, she goes on to say that all she's trying to do is get to know people. Why can't she just date around and get to meet people?
Don't gaslight me.
Gaslighting doesn't exist. You made it up because you're fucking crazy.
You fucking. Like, that's not the point. It's not you dating around. It's the communication and the lies. You out here playing people. But she goes on to say they're two different people. She really just wants to fuck around with Rob, but she wants to marry Cole. Now, if you want to marry Cole, then you need to drop Rob and move on about your date. Because it seems like you want to fuck everybody out here at this point. Now, of course, everybody has to meet up, party about, spread the drama. And Courtney goes on to say that she's been MIA all day because she's just been tired. And also, she doesn't need anybody critiquing her social media. Apparently, her feed pics got her enough followers and money, so
Link in my bio.
Not an ad!
Now, like I said, they throw these parties for people to be informed of the drama, and the one person that's gonna be informed is Courtney. So she pulls Elise to the side. She's like, what happened? And Elise just explains everything to her, that people were trying to get Jennifer to admit that she was effing around with Rob, but obviously didn't go anywhere. But then Elise lets her know that Usman and Nikki are on a date right now. Courtney is of course upset because Usman hasn't taken her out on a date yet. He's going around telling everybody that she's his number one, but then you're gonna take out Nikki? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you take out Courtney? So she's just really confused. Now Tiffany is heading off to the bar and Carlo is with her. She goes on to say that she's really happy that Carlo is starting to open up and consider dating somebody with children, but she's still not prioritizing him. She still wants to date around, see who's the right person for her. Now Shantel follows right after and she comes in this banging outfit. She is looking fine as hell. She goes and makes her rounds, tells everybody hi, and then she's like, you know, I don't even have a drink yet. And Joe was like, come here, baby, I'll get you that drink. So I was like, oh, and everybody's like, oh. And now this was funny but sweet at the same time. But Colt was like, oh, look at them, they're so sweet and cute. I just wish I could feel what Shantel is feeling right now. And all I could think is like, oh, Colty wants to be a pretty princess, which I can't say anything. That feeling feels good to be a little, you know, oh, okay, taken care of. I haven't felt that in years. I'm on it too, Colty. Me too.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Now Shantel, Courtney, and Tiffany go off to the side and she tries to explain what happened on her date. She got in maybe 2 sentences, was like, oh, it was great, we had a beer bath. And Courtney was like, I heard Nikki and Usman were also at the beer bath. What happened to that? So Courtney just goes on to explain what she's been saying, that she's just tired of Usman not putting in any effort. Like, he didn't ask her out on a date or anything. He was just like, I like you, and told everybody else that he likes her, but just didn't do anything about it. And even Tiffany can see that he was just taking Nikki out on a date to basically make her jealous. Exactly what he was saying. Now they start to look around to see if Usman is there or not, and he's not there yet, but they notice that Jennifer and Rob aren't there. And they're like, ooh, they're probably together playing Mario Kart. Now Usman finally makes his way in and he goes and talks to Elise, Tim, and May, and he's telling them about their date, but he found out that they have lots of differences, so it just didn't mesh very well. But now Shantel makes her way over and she immediately is like, you made Courtney jealous with that date. But this dude goes on to say basically what Tiffany was saying. He's like, she was over there talking to Coty, but not talking to me. So what do I do? And everybody's like, maybe take her out on a date? Stupid. He's like, what more can I do? You have done nothing, sir. But they're just pushing for him to go and ask Courtney out, like, right now. Just go do it. See if she says yes. And now Usman's pumped up. He's like, I like seeing this side of her. She's jealous. All I've been doing is chasing, begging, asking, all that. I've been working so dang hard, and now I can see that she's angry. I like this. I like it. I can see that she likes me now. And you know, me being Soulja Boy, artist, rapper, singer, I know she's gonna say yes to me. But you know, women are crazy. They don't think the same as us, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Now Usman takes their advice. He immediately walks over there and pulls Courtney. And it's so funny because I swear they be catching little bits of other people's conversations, and sometimes I'd be more interested in what's happening over there. He comes over and pulls Courtney, and this one guy, he's like something booty pics, and I was like, huh?
Courtney, can I talk to you?
Posting like all booty pics.
Come this way.
Is that like chilling?
Yeah, how are you?
I just heard the booty pics part, and then immediately the mic cut out for him, and I was like, go back, hold on, go back. What is he talking about? Now Usman pulls Courtney to the side and he goes into apologizing. He's like, listen, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I didn't mean to disrespect you in any way like that, but I saw you over here talking to pregnant Coty, and I was like, what are you doing? Look at me. I'm handsome, I'm sexy, I'm Soulja Boy, I'm a full grown man. Why would you be talking to him? And now Courtney is just a little bit, and I'm just saying just a little bit right now because you'll find out, she's just a little bit over Usman. She's like, you have such a big ego and are gonna get that fat-headed over me talking to another dude, even just being friendly. So you're just gonna go around, take other girls on dates, try to make me mad because I'm talking to somebody else. Like, that's not cool. And yes, I've had people tell me that I have a wall up, I'm guarded, but it's because I have to. Like, I'm not gonna be open opened and vulnerable to somebody that's able to hurt me so easily. And it sucks that you have to tell a grown man to just take you out on a date. I'm done with that. I'm not gonna sit here and tell a grown man, hey, take me out on a date. I'm not gonna beg for that. Literally a middle schooler understands that concept. Now there's a group that's kind of formed, and Cole is telling everybody about that argument that they had on the beach. He's saying that basically Usman was going off on him because they both have an interest in Courtney, and goes on to say he talks so much about Courtney, hyping her up, all that stuff, but hasn't even taken her out on a date yet. That's crazy.
He kept saying, the only woman I love here is Courtney.
But then he went on a date.
Yeah, but then he went on a date with her. I know.
And in his talking head, he goes on to say how amazing Courtney is. He has so much affection for her. He loves hanging around her, and that she's smarter than what people give her, and that he knows that she will say no to Usman, that she won't go on a date with him because she's not that dumb.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Now, oh, by the way, this guy is named Jay, not Che, Jay. Now, there's a weird interaction between Jay and Colty. Colty was like, I bet you he's gonna get rejected. He is so confident that Courtney's gonna be like, no, kick rocks, Usman. But he's like, watch him get rejected. And Jay pipes in and was like, well, May rejected your ass, so what?
That was cold-blooded.
I don't know if they were beefing before this or what, but it got weird. But Colty, he leans in, he's like, you know what? Everybody has their own flavors. I get it. Thank you for being respectable. And then May leans into Jay, and I'm like, damn, okay. Is there something going on there? But no. Colty is like, when are you gonna ask somebody on a date, huh? You're around here slapping your gums together. When are you gonna get it together? And Jay looks over at Tiffany and is like, hey, you wanna go on a date? And Tiffany says yes. And Jay looks back at Colty and is like, look at me. I didn't get rejected. What is going on between them? What happened? So Tiffany is like, wait a minute. What, are you being for real? Like, were you seriously asking me out on a date? And he's like, yeah, of course. Well, we've been clicking this whole time. You're really cool. So Tiffany has a third dude. So she's about to go on another date. And I was thinking, which I think I've already said too, how is she not getting more dates? Goddess, okay? And now Tiffany goes on to say that, yes, she's dating around, but this is starting to get a little messy. And she's not trying to be like you know who, so she's gonna maybe slow it down a little bit, but she's happy that she's having all these connections. Now we go back to Courtney and Usman, and Courtney goes on to say that she talks to Colty because they have such a great friendship. They just be having a great time, but she doesn't know if she can have that full connection with him because he's always been in such toxic relationships, so she doesn't know if she could trust him, aka he's a cheater. And Usman goes on to say, listen, I'm not trying to downgrade brother or anything, but I'm better than he is. Like, aren't I handsomer, cooler, soldier boyer? Like, I'm all that in the bags of chippers. Don't I make you feel good? Don't you be laughing around me? Aren't you entertained? And she's like, you guys are both my friends. And he's like, no, I'm not your friend. Listen, I like you, okay? So we're not friends.
What?
Now, Courtney goes into how she felt hurt by him taking Nikki out on a date. Like, why didn't you take me out on a date? And let me tell you, Soldier Boy is a smooth talker.
I am not here either to bully you, to disrespect you, to make you look like a fool or stupid. No. So now, question. Are you down for a date?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Why?
I've been begging you to ask
You don't
me
have
on
to
a date.
beg me.
I feel like I'm forcing you to
don't
ask me on a
beg.
date, basically.
Courtney, you don't beg. You are beautiful. You don't have to beg for any man. I will beg you, and I'm so happy to beg a woman that I love to be with. You are my queen, you know that. I'm hoping that the fact that I took Nikki on a date, maybe that can make Courtney feel jealous. Took Nikki on a date in order to make Courtney feel jealous. You're beautiful.
You better sing me a song.
You better sing me a song. That had me dying. I was like, no. And Courtney goes on to say how she's so happy that Usman took the hints. Boy, you gave him the answers. Multiple times you gave him the cheat sheet. You didn't give him no hints. You were telling him what to do and he wasn't doing it. But I'm glad she's happy. You know, do your thing. But since it took him so long, she is not skimping out on no little sandwich date. He better get a yacht. There better be champagne, bottles, fruits, tacos, music. She wants everything. So he better perform. Now everybody starts to trickle out of the party, and the first to go is Shantel and Joe. And of course they walk home together. But Courtney and Usman decide to also go home with each other, while Usman's walking her home anyway. And it's so funny because Courtney and Usman pass by the group and they're like, bye, good night everybody. And Courtney specifically is like, good night Courtney. And Usman's like, yeah, okay. Like Courtney didn't even respond to Courtney. And now Courtney has flipped a script. He is scared that he's about to lose Courtney. He says she is the most important person to him here, and if she goes over there and forgets about him, he doesn't know what he's gonna do. Now Usman and Courtney get to her door, and her light is going off, flickering. It's a horror scene in the corner, and the entire time all he's doing is just feeding her compliment after compliment, being like, you're beautiful queen, pretty lady of the most beautiful queens of all the beautifuls. And it's basically just saying that they're gonna plan the most amazing date, and he's gonna be on a date with the most beautiful queen of all the queens of the ladies. And then there for a split second I thought they were gonna kiss, but then they just stood there under the creepy horror light, and then she was like, okay, I'm gonna go in now, and they just hug, and that was that. But she does go on to say, which props Courtney, she was like, I told Usman I'm not gonna kiss him until he shows me some effort, something, so he's not gonna get anything out of me. And now, you know, they have their little montage where everybody's in their rooms together, and be blessed, because I won't be showing you a clip of Courtney naked this time. Instead, here's a clip of Courtney struggling to take his shirt off. And Rob and Jennifer are staying the night together.
Come on now, dawg.
Yep, I'm not even gonna ease my way into that. Jennifer invited Rob over for another night so they could have dinner together and just get to know each other. Play some Mario Kart. And the producers didn't want to show us Mario Kart tonight because they probably got 20 more playthroughs they gotta show us throughout the season. So they're probably saving some money on the blurs. But Rob is like, man, I'm hoping that Cole just effed himself over earlier today. It seems like he has, you know, I'm here and hopefully it's just me from now on, so I'm ready to see where this goes. And well, sucks to suck for him, because literally the next morning Jennifer and Cole have a therapy session with each other. Now Jennifer goes on to say, with everything that happened yesterday, she had a revelation that Rob just isn't into the drama. He doesn't want to be a part of that, and she likes that, so she's really starting to feel him even more. But at the same time, Cole is her number one. She feels a lot more feelings for him, but for some reason she's disappointed in him, so she's hoping the therapy session goes well. And let me tell you, when you lie in therapy, it's not gonna help you, and that's exactly what she did here. The therapist or the dating coach, one of the people, the host, okay, I don't know if she's an actual therapist. I think she's just a dating coach, but of course she brings up yesterday, and Jennifer just goes on to say some lies after lies, basically saying how she just, of course, felt attacked, and that she's tired of everybody being so in her love life, and that she's tired of the rumors. And it's so funny because she said one of the rumors was something she very specifically just did. She's like, everybody was out at the party and me and Rob weren't there, so now there's rumors saying that we were hanging out with each other. That's not a rumor. I mean, I guess in a way it could be a rumor because nobody actually really knows, but I mean, come on. So the coach goes on to ask Cole how he's feeling about it. Like, is he okay with her dating other people? And he goes on to say that yes, this is a difficult situation. He understands the whole dating thing, but she is his only one, like the main one, the only interest he has. So it's kind of weird that they're just like in two different situations. He's all into her, but she's all into everybody else. And this girl tries to flip it around, and yeah, he was doing a little too much, especially that one night at the bar, but since then it just seems like all this guy wants is just communication, and he literally backs off every single time. She's like, give me space. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. But she keeps trying to push this narrative that he's crazy jealous and so controlling and trying to be a victim, when literally every single time he's just like, I just want to know the truth. So she goes on to say that this dude is just so controlling, and I'm sure, yeah, maybe she's probably been in a crappy controlling relationship. But for you to take that, use it, be a victim behind it, after you already said, fuck victims, you don't give a fuck about victims. You're over here playing the victim card. And it would be so different if she wasn't doing all the things that she was doing, you know, lying, playing people, just being the devil. I could understand how she could feel that controlling feeling off of him, especially off of that one night from the bar. But it's none of that. She's just trying to make it seem like this dude is crazy and controlling, so she seems like, oh, I'm so innocent, when you're not. So she uses that excuse of being in a controlling, toxic relationships, saying that this guy is starting to be controlling and toxic, so I'm pushing myself away. And then she goes on to lie even more, saying that I've never touched Rob, never kissed him, no nothing. Yes, I spent the night with him. We didn't even cuddle. We didn't even look at each other. So she just continues to just keep piling lie on top of lie. Well, not even, it's just all one big lie. Everything she's saying is just all one big lie. What is the point of coming to this session if you're not going to be upfront and honest? So the coach just gives them some advice to just be open and honest with each other. Communicate, because you guys are dating, trying to build a relationship, and that is key. And then she goes on to ask where they stand with each other. Are they going to continue their connection or just break it off here? And Cole goes on to feed the succubus. He's like, she's my one and only. I'm here for her. I'm all in. This is the one I want to be with. And that just puts a huge smile on her face, and she falls into his arms. But all of that is broken up by the sound of an ambulance. Cast members and producers and everything running up on this ambulance. They just end the episode with everybody running up being like, oh my god, and Courtney's literally crying. I'm gonna tell you, Cole broke his leg and they're wheeling him out of there. But the one thing that I wanted to put in I wonder how many times they shot this. Like, how long did they have Cole on that stretcher before they were like, all right, you can take him? Because, you know, like, I hate pulling the reality out of the reality, but, like, you know, they take those shots over and over again to see different people running, different reactions. Like, they don't have 20, 30 different angles and cameras. Like, they could, but, you know, they're not. How long did they have this dude sitting on the stretcher waiting to get all the good shots? Eventually, I'm sure they weren't going to be there for, like, 20 minutes, but I just imagine them setting up the scene again, being like, all right, everybody, all right, can you turn the ambulance sirens things back on? Okay, now you over there, you run this way. Okay, crying and action. So yeah, Cole leg is obliterated, I'm guessing. I don't know, we don't really see it. Like I said, they don't even show anybody on the stretcher. The end of the episode is just the ambulance rolling off and Courtney crying. I always want to say there wasn't that much that happened, but then I go back and look at how much times am I recording, and it's like 15 hours. It's either me talking a lot or there was a lot that happened, but I felt like not much happened in this episode. But next week they have the guys and the girls split up for a night and they go out drinking, so you know there's gonna be some drama.
Woo! Girls night! Girls night! It's girls night. We're here to around, have a good time, have a couple drinks, and talk about these guys. The issue here is you say there's nothing to hide, but then calls knocking on my door saying she's going to Guys, you need to put some boundaries. No, bitch, you're stringing him along, and she's really trying to have her cake and eat it too. Both slices. You're fishing, he's catching the hook, and you're like off. I clearly love it. Cheers for that.
Team. Yo. You going to dance tonight? I don't dance, bro. I'm gonna set him up. I'll go and meet one later. Like, he's a guy that he has so much fun.
You don't say what's up besides like the one time. All of a sudden, this peaceful, drama-free boys' night is about to turn into World War III.
First of all, lower your voice, because I'm not. What are you gonna do? What the you do? No, come on, right now.
Jay, stop!
Now, to be honest with you guys, I'm not entirely sure how to end this video, so let's just say if you're bisexual, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, because it will keep Usman out your DMs. And as always, thank you guys for coming and watching. It's always appreciated. You guys have a beautiful day. Bye!